Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm here at the National Marine Sanctuary again with Wayne. Good morning.
Good morning.
So the National Marine Sanctuary has expanded. How big is that expansion?
It's really big. It's about 10 times bigger than it was just last week. Originally, the Marine Sanctuary, which was established on top of a state underwater preserve, was about 448 square miles. And so that basically was this box off of Alpena County. And just this week, the sanctuary expanded to about 4,300 miles. So it's essentially everything that you see on this chart, and even then some, all the way up to Spectacle Reef next to Mackinac Island, and all the way down to beyond Harrisville and Greenbush.
And how many shipwrecks are in this expansion?
Well, in the original sanctuary, there were about 50 known shipwrecks, and probably another 10 or 15 more that we haven't yet found but are lost based on historic documentation. In the expanded sanctuary now, we've doubled that number. So there are close to 100 known shipwrecks and as many as 100 more that may be there after we finish the survey of it.
And have you ever worked out of these boundaries?
Yeah, I'm the state maritime archaeologist, so I'm often outside of the Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary, but the staff here, the state and NOAA together, have worked on a lot of shipwrecks off of Rogers City, off of Presque Isle, and even down off of Harrisville. And so we have a pretty good feel for the wrecks that are out there. We've dived a lot of them. We've done sonar surveys on some of them. We worked and supported research up around Middle Island and the sinkholes that were outside of the smaller sanctuary. So we've been out there. That said, we haven't been on every wreck that's out there, and we don't know what is still there to be found.
And how do you go about looking for these shipwrecks?
Well, one of the best ways of finding the shipwrecks is using a device called the side scan sonar, and this is generally towed behind a boat, and it sends out sound waves, just like a sonogram when a woman is pregnant and you can see the baby development. We're using sound waves that go through the water column and they're bounced back off of the bottom, and that gives us a pretty good three-dimensional image of what the lake bottom looks like, and shipwrecks pop out in those sound images. And we have a couple of them here. One of them is a boat called the Johnson. It sank off of Hammond Bay about 110 years ago. It's 260 feet long and about 150 feet in water. And even though it's just an image that was generated by sound waves, you can really see the overall length of that ship, the condition of that vessel, the number of hatches that are along the deck, that sort of thing. The other image that we have here is a boat called the W.C. Franz, and that sank off of Alcona County down south of by Harrisville. And again, that was a steel boat that sank in the 1930s with some loss of life. It's sitting in about close to 300 feet of water. And again, you can get a really good idea from that sound image how big the boat is, what condition it's in, how many hatches are open, that sort of thing.
Well, that's exciting news, and I'm sure the boundary expansion has been awesome for you guys to get to explore all these new shipwrecks as well.
Yeah, it's really terrific. I mean, it really increased our numbers. We have shipwrecks starting from the 1830s onward through the 1970s and early 1980s. And we have so many more now to explore and to really look at and to help us to interpret our maritime heritage here in Northeast Michigan.
Well, I'm excited to hear more about these newly discovered shipwrecks as well.
All right.
Thank you, Wayne, for talking about the expansion with us and all the shipwrecks you guys have to look forward to.
Yeah, thank you very much.